Sometimes you want a bit of a funky layout for your Elementor loop grid. Looking at this, you're going to say, yeah, well, that's pretty simple. You've used an alternate template. No, I haven't. This is all one template and a bit of funky code, really simple and easy to use. You're going to love it, but allows me to have this without using a second alternate template. What we have here, 7 posts, and the first 4 follow a pattern 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that pattern resets 1, 2, 3. And if I had an 8th post, it would have occupied a wider area here like what we see above with the others. This is really easy to do. And also, I'm going to show you how you could sort out this little problem where it looks like it's orphaned or on its own. Let's go and have a look at the code. From the get-go, this is a standard loop grid that you could use with your WordPress post, custom post type, products, categories, and all of that. Okay, it's just a loop grid dumped into a container. I've currently set it to be 3 column. If I'd gone for 4, you can see what's going on there. Let me put it back down to 3. And I've also got 8 items on the page. I actually only have 7, but I just wanted to shove 8 in there. If you have 6, you'll only see 6 posts. So I hope that's all clear. We've got videos on Loop Grid. If you're unsure about that, go and watch them. But there's nothing funky really going on here. There's no special class name for the Loop Grid or the template. By the way, this template is just a featured image and the title with a bit of bottom or top margin overlap over there. You can dump call to actions in here, buttons into here. You can do a whole lot of things. But this is just a template inside of a loop grid. There's no class name inside the loop grid or the template, okay? The code is really easy and magical to use. I also want to point out that we are not using an alternate template. By the way, you know, if you want to exclude or include in query, you can do. Right, let's click back on the loop grid and go and add the first part of the code. We're going to go to the Advanced tab and we're going to go to Custom CSS. This is on the loop grid, not inside the template. Please remember that. I'm going to dump the first bit of code and nothing happens because all we've done is kind of set the baseline. So I'm saying eLoop item, and that's the standard class name for your loop item. So if you want to do something funky to each item inside your loop grid, but you can't find it within your style, this is the CSS code you would use. I'm saying by default, the grid column is span 1. You may also notice that I've got an app media over there because when you get to the mobile, the layout I showed you for the desktop or the tablet might not look so good on the mobile because everything might look a little bit weird. So you might want to be using a bit of app media to say this only works where the minimum size of the screen is at least 768 pixel. So by default, I want every item on there to be 1 column wide. I have 3 columns. Remember what I had over here? 3 columns wide. Now, you could, if you want, be a bit funky, and I could say, let's change that to be 2. Can you see now how it's occupying 2 columns? But we have an empty column over here. If you go and do 3, you now get that layout. Of course, if you do 4, it's not going to show you anything different because by default, the layout is set to 3. But I'm saying from the get-go, I want every item to occupy 1 column. Now watch what happens when I paste in the second code. Notice how it quickly changed. Anyone watching the video that goes, oh, there's an X, it's because there's another end bracket that has to be put in, which I'm going to do because there is a third part of the code, so make sure you keep watching. So the first part set everything to 1 column. Then I've said that certain items must now go to spanning 2 columns. So let me explain that. At the start, I did mention that everything works in like a pattern of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how I want my pattern to work. It doesn't have to be 4. It could be 3. It could be 2. It could be 5, 6, 7. You can do whatever you want, okay? Just make sure you plan it out on a bit of paper. So I'm saying 4n. And the reason we have 4n is because it's a pattern of 4. If it was 5, it would be 5n, 6n, okay? So it's not that complicated. 4n. I've then said minus 3. 4n. N is equal to 1 because I've set my baseline, okay? If I set my span to be 2, n would be equal to 2. So 4n means 4 times 1, which is 4. So imagine now, count your posts up. Post 1, 2, 3, 4. I've then said 4n minus 3. 4 times 1 is 4, minus 3 equals 1. So that is this post. I then said 4n. Well, 4 times n, which is 4 times 1, I don't know why I said 4 times n then. 4n is equal to 4 times 1 equals 4. So 1 and 4. Those posts will now occupy a span of 3. Let me show you what happens if I go over here and I do 4n minus 2 like that. That is now going to be 4 minus 2, which is 2. So 1 and 2. And 3 and 4 are no longer affected, so they just stay as one column. Let's pop that back to be 4n. It's basic mathematics. And I hope you're okay with a bit of algebra and whatever. And it's not even algebraic, really, because you got all the values here. It's not like I'm saying, what is x? And it's divided by 1,000,000 and multiplied by 1,000,000. And you sit there going, well, isn't it 0? So we now have our layout. So 1 and 4. And then we get here 1. And if there was an 8th post, it would occupy 2 columns. But what about this final post over here? How can we get that to stretch all the way across? Because currently it's orphaned. So here's the final part. We add this code in, and I have used 2n. You will find, though, that if you have got like a layout of 5 or an odd number, you may need to change this to be a 3n, which I know kind of goes against everything I've said with using 4n, but go with me on this. You want to go and mess around with the number a little bit. And look, you'll find if I do 4n, it doesn't work. It does work with 3n, but I found 2n plus 1 worked for me. So if I went and put 2, the last item now spans 2, but I want it to actually span 3. So you still get the geometric layout. I mean, if you want to have it just sat on its own, you can do, just get rid of that final bit of code. All of those codes are in the video description. Hey, I'm Imran from Web Squadron. I hope you like, subscribe, share, and follow. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain.